forecast is straight ahead. But first tonight, after days of damage control cleanup and plenty of pulling and tugging, things are getting back to normal out on I20. We have a live look near the state line where both lanes are now back open after a big rig. You can see there on your left ran off the overpass and into the canal Monday night. News 12 Celeste Springer joins me live now from our helicopter pad where she's been keeping an eye on traffic for us all day, Celeste. Lanes are back open tonight and crews tell you it should be business as usual tomorrow.
It absolutely should be. We are getting there, and I'm probably preaching to the choir for anyone who was on I-20, especially eastbound yesterday, but the traffic was so bad. But take a look at this. This is a sight for sore eyes. All of this was backed up outside of my window yesterday, but all those lanes, like you said, are open, and to get things back up and running, it took a lot of work from a lot of agencies.
Just not every day you get a tractor trailer in the canal.
Not every day, and getting things sorted out is pretty complicated.
Visually trying to see it, calculating what was on it, the weight plus the weight of the water, just having to, bring it out gradually and letting it drain as you come with it.
Forrest Edwards from Chansey's Towing and Recovery was on scene to help get that semi out of the water. Besides just figuring out how to get it hooked, they had to figure out what type of chains to hook it with. And they had to work against the water current to change what direction it faced. But this was not his first rodeo.
2 different times with tractor trailers, both loaded.
Yep. He recalls 2 different times a semi landed into the canal.
With this one, luckily, it was clay.
Augusta Utilities agrees. We're pretty lucky it was just carrying clay.
We have kaolin throughout the watershed, so it does show up. It's very... Typically, when you have a high concentration in one area, you can see it, and that raises concerns for people, but it's inert.
They took some precautions just in case.
We basically shut down the canal, so we isolated the gates to keep any more water from coming in and washing the material around.
But they've started pumping water out of the canal again.
I think we're very fortunate in this case that it wasn't worse.
And as the highway opens and water flows, we're getting back to business as usual. And as a reminder, we were told that the driver of that truck walked out with minor injuries, which is just incredible, especially seeing that video of what that semi looked like. And as for right now, out here, we'll, as usual, be keeping you updated on the traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see those lanes back open. We just know how frustrating it is sitting in that traffic, and glad that no one was seriously injured in this. Thanks for that, Celeste. To weather now, we're tracking the Chance hospitals to continue over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Here's News 12's Kennedy Harris now with local doctors, or with how local doctors say you can help and why they say this spike in cases is different from the first.
Well, things are changing day by day. And even though we've seen several surges throughout this pandemic, doctors say the increase in cases they're seeing now is happening at a much faster pace than it ever has before.
It seems like a bad instance of deja vu.
We have more than doubled our inpatient census in the last week. And that's probably been the fastest rise that we've seen throughout the pandemic.
Testing sites are full, cases are rising, and hospital ERs are crowded.
We certainly expected a bit of a bump after Christmas. This one hit even sooner afterwards than I think most of us expected.
University Hospital has tested more than 400 positive COVID tests in just the last few days, and they're up to 65 COVID patients in-house.
What we're seeing here locally, in your opinion, is this Delta or is this Omicron?
I think we're seeing both.
Dr. Jenkins says the influx of people seeking tests and testing positive could be related to people just being cautious after holiday gatherings. That was predictable.
Christmas parties that didn't happen a year ago happened this year.
But the speed at which cases are rising was not.
And so I'm a little reluctant to be as optimistic now with the rapid increase in positive cases that we've seen.
Even though most of the recent cases seem to be mild symptoms, University has gone from 1 back to 4 COVID units again.
And so I think we're looking at least a few more weeks of a rise in cases before we can think about being at the peak.
And doctors are urging you not to go to the emergency room just to get a COVID test. Go to a prompt care or another testing site. You will not be seen or tested any faster if you go to the emergency room. Reporting in Athens, Kennedy Harris on your side.
And we just heard from Georgia Governor Brian Kemp and expect to hear more when he's in Augusta tomorrow about the new hub downtown. It's bringing a brand new Boys and Girls Club headquarters and an outreach center to house local nonprofits. It's part of a $10 million investment into the Laney Walker and Harrisburg neighborhoods. We're expecting the governor to talk more about that the next phase of the project has in store. But coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, the people have spoken. We have a winner for the city of Aiken's annual Festival of Trees. We'll take you to the visitor center to find out whose tree made it to the top. Anthony?
And we have issued a first alert for tomorrow to the mid to upper 70s as well, with highs right around 78 degrees, keeping that warm temperature for the start of the new year. 81 on Saturday, but big changes coming after Sunday, with our high temperatures dropping back into the lower 50s. If you have any outdoor plans for New Year's Eve, we are going to be seeing those temperatures sticking to the mid and upper 60s at midnight. And as we go through the day on Sunday, we are going to watch a cold front moving in from the west, and that does bring us a chance for some heavier showers and thunderstorms, and then we're going to notice some of those cooler temperatures. So our temperatures again sticking to the warmer side, 81 for the start of the new year, and finally some sunshine by Monday and Tuesday.
Well, the holiday spirit is still alive in Aiken. You have just one more day to head over to the Visitor Center to check out the city's Festival of Trees, where local groups decorate, then display their best work. Voting was open all month long for you to go and pick your favorite. Here's News 12's Will Volk with who came out on top this year.
Aiken's Festival of Trees is wrapping up, and the tourism office says it's been another good one.
In the last 3 years since I've been here, it's definitely been a lot larger than it has been previous years.
The city's tourism secretary says these trees have helped bring hundreds of people in the door.
Christmas season's very busy here at the Aiken Visitor Center and Tree Museum, but we get a lot more locals that normally wouldn't come in, people who don't have family visiting.
And this is what they come to see. 16 trees, all decorated by different organizations. You've got one wearing a cowboy hat, another with a duck on top, stuffed animals for ornaments, or maybe business cards. But the winner has something no other tree does.
It definitely catches the eye.
Yep, look at that thing, spin right round. About 1 out of every 6 voters chose Southern Excavations' spinning Christmas tree.
Their tree came through on a lot of walk-in votes.
In all, more than 400 people voted. She says it's been a good year, but like all other years, the holiday season is ending, and it's time for those trees to come down. In Aiken, Will Volk, on your side.
And it almost seems unfair that that one was spinning, but I guess there's no rules for that there. If you'd like to see the trees, they'll be up for one more day. You can see them at the Aiken Visitor Center and Train Museum tomorrow. Well, still ahead tonight, before we spring into the new year, we're taking a look back. Sports Director